Okay, so let's dive into this. Lorde's new single, Man of the Year, and the music video, well, it's really something. It went viral almost immediately.
Oh, absolutely. And I think what hits you first is just how raw it feels.
Yeah.
You've got her like alone in this super plain room, right?
Yeah.
It's a white t-shirt, jeans, very stripped down.
And then that moment,
Yeah.
she peels off the shirt,
Mm-hmm.
tapes her chest,
Mm-hmm.
all while singing that lyric, "Now I'm broken open, let's hear it for the Man of the Year." It just doesn't feel like acting,
No, exactly. It feels incredibly personal.
like she's sharing something deep.
Definitely. And that lines up with what she talked about in that Rolling Stone interview we looked at. She basically described creating the song and video as a way to explore her. She called it her fluid gender identity.
Right, and that's the key phrase, fluid gender identity. It's about the feeling of gender maybe shifting or not fitting neatly into boxes.
Yeah, not necessarily about changing labels, but the internal experience.
In the interview, she talked about like sitting on her floor, trying to picture herself in a way that really matched how her gender felt to her right then.
And apparently what she pictured was, well, initially kind of shocking to her.
But she also said it felt real, raw, and liberating.
Exactly. Liberating. So the video feels like bringing that internal picture out, you know?
Making it visible.
Yeah, sort of manifesting that feeling, even if just for the video.
So what's important to understand here is she still identifies as a cis woman.
Right. Uses she, her pronouns, her gender identity aligns with her assigned sex at birth.
But she talks about this feeling of being in the middle sometimes, gender-wise.
So it's not about rejecting woman, but maybe exploring the space around or within that, beyond just the binary options.
Seems like it. Like the song and video are her way of processing that feeling through her art, very publicly.
Which, you know, it does make you think about how we understand gender ourselves, not just as these fixed labels.
But as something felt, experienced.
Yeah, maybe something that can shift or be expressed differently depending on, well, lots of things. Her process kind of highlights that internal landscape.
And there was another detail in that interview that sort of connects to this.
Yeah.
This idea of shedding boundaries or external things,
Seems to mean finding your own path.
which can feel intense, like being broken open maybe.
But ultimately freeing.
Yeah.
Exploring identity in a really raw way. It feels like that's a big theme for her now.
Which makes total sense thinking about her new album coming in June.
Virgin.
Yeah, Virgin. The title itself suggests, like, new beginnings, shedding layers, getting back to something essential.
It definitely points to this period of really personal digging and getting rid of boundaries, societal, personal, maybe even biological ones in a sense.
So maybe a thought for you listening.
Mm-hmm.
What does being off the map mean in your own life?
Mm-hmm.
And how could exploring your own identity, even if it feels raw or uncomfortable, actually be freeing, even if you feel a bit broken open doing it?
Something to chew on.